Hello everyone, and welcome back. Today I decided why not try some lounge. I've been pretty hesitant to do this because I don't really enjoy watching other people play lounge in general unless it's like the best players in the world, but um yeah, that's just me. So, I don't know. A lot of people have been asking for this sort of thing. So, yeah, I highlighted on screen earlier my teammate and I just showed on screen the teams. So if you want to pause there to just make sure of what I'm talking about during the races, then feel free to do that. But let's get started with the race. So first track, Snowland. Um, I maybe we'll do these post commentary type videos because I don't feel like I'm entertaining enough live, but I still stream on Twitch, so it's just like I don't know. I I don't think I could make this a standalone video with just me playing because I like to focus. Um, the reason why I'm not talking much about the race is because this is a bagging track. So I pull Golden Bill. Um, the main idea of this track is just you want to be in a very good spot for the most common shock spots. And I kind of just thought the bill would go a lot um, shorter there. So that's why I didn't think it would hit me. The shot comes, and my teammate's in front of me. He pulls triple greens and then plant, so which pretty unfortunate from him. And I pull triple shrooms golden right behind him, which is really good for me. But yeah, I might try these once a week. Uh, they're actually not like what I'm gonna do is like edit out the obviously the in between stuff. Yeah, there's a red here that goes for me, and I pulled a shroom, so I wasn't able to protect myself. But these aren't that bad to edit. It's just like if I feel like I say something stupid in like 30 minutes, I will hate the video so much. So yeah, that's gonna be the gist of this. It's just that I'm gonna make the video itself like the background, and then I'm just gonna talk over it. Uh, so we get Pinball, which is my favorite track, by the way, if you didn't know. Um, and I get a pretty good draft, but it's not good enough to beat the Pinball because I'm bad at the game. Um, but yeah, if you get a really good draft, you can beat the Pinball, but otherwise you can't go for it in first. You can't go for it in any other spot unless you get a really good draft. So now I'm bagging because I hit the Pinball and I'm very sad. Um, so I just go for these coins. And if this gets how about this? If this gets 10 likes, if this gets 10 likes by next week, I will continue the series. But I don't know if I want to continue this. So if you guys, because the main thing is that I just don't think it will get like people will like it enough. That's the main thing. And I don't really have too much motivation to do it otherwise. So if you guys love it, I'm down to make it. Uh, it's just that factor. It's not like I don't. It's not like I hate it. Hate making these. It's just I'd rather work on other things. But if this is gonna be a good series, why not, right? Um, but yeah, I'm still just in the back here, and I just completely missed the nana. Was not paying attention. But yeah, now I have a bill. I decided to chain just because I want to be able to like pull something good here. And there's such a long time before the next set that I might as well bill up here. And the guy was like pretty close to me. So I didn't want to like get starred by him and be far last. And here we're just in a gigantic pack. There's just a bunch of shrooms in front of me. And I was debating whether or not to use my star here. And I'm just like, you know what? People are going to chain their items enough. I might as well just use this. It turns out like nobody really chained as much as I thought. And shrooms got ghosted. I wait a little bit. I would have braked and gone for the double there, but he ended up not taking it, and yeah, that guy dies to Flipper. He gets trailed, and then that guy gets backed, and suddenly I'm in second. So that was a pretty nice race. If I do these, what I am gonna do is every 4 races I'm gonna show on screen the scores so that you guys can keep track, and it's not too difficult because even I struggle sometimes with looking at the standings. So I'll just pull them up for you guys every 4 races, and then honestly at the end I will show the results. And I'm pretty close to Sapphire 2 actually. So when this video goes live, I will probably say when I'm streaming next lounge, because I'm pretty close, and this is the best I feel like I've played in ever. So it's gonna be one of my big chances to get it, and the season's ending pretty soon as well, because the DLC, once it comes out, the lounge season ends. I said I was playing well, and then I play like this on DP3, where I'm just in the worst spot possible. I'm not pulling dodges, and I'm in like a top spot, but like super far behind first. But you know what? It's alright. Obviously, if there's no shock, I could get a top spot, but yeah, there's a shock. So I thought maybe I could get out of the way so the red skips me, but unfortunately it didn't. And yeah, that's just what happens on DP3. Obviously if there's no shock there, I might get like a top 5 spot, but I'm not in that great of a spot even where I was at. It was just like I had to hope for no shock, and that people would not like pull really, really good items behind me. Teammate got 4th though, so. But yeah, in terms of like what else is coming on the channel, I'm making a 5-in-1 DLC track guide in the works. I am not finished with the script yet, which means it's a long way off from being finalized, but I think I should get the script done before this weekend, and then I want to try and edit everything by the end of the weekend, which means it'll probably go up around this time next week at best, unfortunately, because I am very slow at making the script, and it's my first ever scripted video, so I want it to be like fully scripted video. Like the Kusan slide video or whatever I made like 3 months ago was like semi-scripted, but it was mainly just me like talking about it, and I had like notes. But this is gonna be completely fully scripted, so I want to get it like edited down. I want it to get it I want it to be right, especially since it's a track guide as well. I don't want me to get like too many things wrong. Speaking of doing things wrong, what the fuck was I doing there? I mean, it worked out, but I was like, it felt like I was target shocking myself almost, because I was just falling off the track. But I pulled golden, so this is not good for me. I have to hope for like a bill or a star here. Unfortunately, I pulled Crazy 8, which is like one of the worst items, because if I pull triple shrooms, and if I pull Bill, I make it to the finish line, but this is like the worst item to get. Don't spam my shroom just yet. And I was just like so focused on not getting the shroom that I like didn't take gap correctly, and then I was just like spamming my item again, and I ended up getting a Bill. So I got 5th or 6th. So here's the scores. It's me and that's AK is Toa. But we've been partners a couple times, I'd say. But yeah, we're in 3rd. Moa and his teammate, they're the top of the room by far, and they are gone at the moment, but it's only after 4 races, so anything can happen. I hit the wall on accident, so now I'm in the pack basically, and only on 2 coins, so this is not a great spot for me, but anything can happen in these like next 2 sets, because the spam is pretty crazy. Like, look, there goes 1, there goes 2, and there goes 3. Like, there goes 4. Suddenly I'm in 4th place. So I didn't really gain too much, but like, I'm just avoiding stuff. I'm not really trying to be too aggressive. Pull double shroom, and then I shroom up. And there's this red that skips me because he threw it before I end up shrooming up on his screen. So luckily for me, not redded out in a mid spot, which would have been very bad for my race. And this shock is actually not bad because I get on all these boost panels and all these boost ramps where I get to trick. And then, my goodness, this bomb almost gets me, and I barely braked enough in time. Took a pretty scuffed cut because the guy was bumping me out, but I'm only on 4 coins, and yet I'm still in like an okay spot. I didn't go for Nisk because I didn't think I'd make it on 4 coins. I just wasn't too confident. Then I pull Shroom Horn, and here I make a pretty big mistake. I think I should have just kept both of these items, because the Shroom is like a protection from the ghosts. And what I mean by that is like, my horn is like the best item I could have pulled there, and when I have a shroom in front, I can chain it, I can take cut, I can do whatever. But now, if a ghost comes, which it does, it takes my protection away. And there, the ghost was literally blocking me from seeing the banana, so I ended up getting hit by it, which was very unlucky. But again, it was if I had the horn there, I would have been able to horn in time to save myself from the Nana. And yeah, now we're on 6th race. Water Park. This doesn't get chosen very often, but it's one of the more interesting tracks, even though it has like a relatively simple layout, because it's just like, the beginning is very weird. A lot happens in the beginning. There's not really a part in the race where you can just like be comfortable unless you're like gone in first. Because like, look at all the stuff that's happening around. It's just people are drafting, people are pulling triples. You just have to be like hyper aware at all times on this track. And it's super tight too, so you have to be even more careful because there's less room to move and everything. And this guy's going absolutely nuts. I don't know why he's swerving, but whatever. And I thought he hit the wall there, but maybe it's a little lag. And that shock like literally propelled me forward. So I got shocked in 3rd, which means I'm going to grow pretty early here. And I was able to switch the guy in first. And now there's a blue, which normally I'd be pretty upset, but I have a shroom, so it's not too bad. I also get to pull, like, even if I pull defense there, it's good, but if I pull a coin, like I just did, now this item set, I'm guaranteed protection, so I don't have to worry too much. Like, he would have had to instantly red me there to get me out. And now I'm gone in first, so look at that. I get to be a little comfortable on this track, what I was talking about earlier. And yeah, that red almost got me. Almost didn't trail in time, but luckily I did. And yeah, just looks like I'm getting a smooth first unless I get target shocked. And nope, not this time. I backed this Nan on the line, and it gets a guy, I think, unless he got horned. But it actually gained a spot for my teammate, which is pretty awesome. So 1-4 is a great race. We caught up. We're only like down 9 to the top team now, as opposed to like 30 or something earlier. That was just in 2 races. So this is one of my, it's not like my least favorite track, but it's one of the ones that I don't know how to say it. I'm not like terrible at it, but I'm also not good at it. But it just feels like kind of random, you know? But it's not a bagging track either, so it's not. So I just kind of treat it like a bagger. So that's what I'm doing, is just I'm bagging it up and trying to get myself good items. Oh yeah, this is pretty funny. But yeah, nothing matters too much on lap 1 on this track. just because it's all down to whether shot gets pulled or I have busted items that you could get up to the front and take cuts with. I'm doing the go for shock / dodge strategy. And most of the fronts, what they're doing is trying to pull shrooms to take cuts and like get ahead of everyone else. So I ended up pulling star triple shrooms, which is not bad. I get to chain the star and have triple shrooms in front of my potential dodge here, and I get a bill, so that's pretty nice. And there's a bill extension in the cut there, but I didn't want to waste my triple shrooms to just do that, because I feel like I could just use a shroom there and then save this bill for the end. Or if I pull a star from this next set, I could bill a little early and then be able to use my star and take the cut at the end and be in a dodge for the rest of the race. So that's what I'm going for, is a star. If I pull a star, I'm just... Yeah, I said on stream that if I pulled a star, I would just bill really early, let it drop me off before like the cuts here, so I could gain a little bit more time. But since I only pulled a shroom, I thought, okay, let me just let my build take me for the rest of the race, so I don't risk getting spammed out at the end. We ended up getting 3-6, so we're gaining more and more on the pack in general, so that's really nice. And now we get another race update. So after this race, you'll see the standings again. And this is also one of my favorite tracks. And this is my go-to for first, because what ends up happening is, like, you don't really get, at least for me, I don't get bumped off at the beginning. And you get these 4 coins, basically uncontested if you're first. Unless you're like me and you pull shroom and get super lucky and draft up and all that stuff happens. But usually you get those 4 coins, and even if you don't get the tight 4 coins, there's 3 others sets of 4 coins to go for. And then you take the glider, and even the people who are taking the shroomless cut or the shroom cut at the beginning, they don't have enough coins to like keep up with you. So you just like take over first after the glider anyways. But now I'm sitting in first with a horn. My protection got ghosted, and then I pulled a coin, which is unfortunate, but luckily for me, the blue comes now, which lets me chain into this set just barely. Able to time that, and realize that in time was very good for me, because now I won't get redded. Blooper kind of messes me up there, but I'm still chilling. Also, let me know if you guys want to see me just rip this from like Twitch or something and just show a Mogi that was just entertaining and see my live reaction or whatever. I think personally I would prefer to do post commentary, and I would prefer to watch as a viewer more post commentary, just because I feel like I wouldn't talk too much, which is the main thing. But also just like, I feel like there's way too much like live lounge anyways, so not many people do this. So maybe if it's something that people enjoy and not many people are doing, I might as well go for it, right? So yeah, I got first. It was pretty simple after the blue came, because I was able to chain to get protection, and second didn't bother me too much. So yeah, after this, I think we were in first, I believe. Yeah, we were in first by 2. But it's still pretty close between the top 3 teams, and the bottom 3 teams are kind of far away. So we're up 32 on 4th. And then I burn out, so, as soon as we're in the lead, I decide to not pay attention. Classic. But this track from the back is actually not as bad as you think. You might think, okay, there's no cuts, there's no bill spots, there's no... Like, what is there good about bagging this track? It's just, the main thing is that all the chaos. Just, this track is super tight, and just a lot happens on this track. Even though there's only 3 item sets, this track is so short that it's like, it's almost like more dense than any other track in terms of items like on the track. And this guy gets a really nice back on me. I just was not expecting that. And I think I could have ran, but then I was like, you know what? first is pretty far gone. I might as well bag. And then here I make a really big mistake. I star really early, and I shouldn't have, and then I ghost to just try and chain, and then I don't even chain at all. So basically 3 big mistakes right in a row. That gets me shocked after the set, and now I'm basically in last. So I'm going to speed up this part, and it's just me like failing to catch up, not pulling any bills, not pulling the second shock. And at the end here, maybe hopefully people die, and that one guy dies, but yeah, I was only getting 1 spot, basically. So I should have spammed my bill there at second set, or the last set of second lap. And now we're not nearly as good of a spot. And we get to play my top 3 favorite tracks all in one Mogi, so that's pretty awesome. Pinball, Hideaway, and New York Minute. Also, they were played in order of my favorites as well, so that's pretty cool. But I don't get a box, and I get a weird draft, and I kind of get bumped. But I'm still in a good spot, because I'm on 5 coins, and I'm in 6th, so I decide, okay, why not keep running, and I fail the Nisk, and I get trailed, so yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah, I got a bag here now. And this track is also good for bagging, for similar reasons that SNES Rainbow Road is, in a sense, because this track is very tight, and even though it's short, a lot of density to the boxes, meaning that, you know, shocks get pulled quite often on this track, way more than Rainbow Road, actually, so, and the star spots are actually pretty good, because, they take you past the cuts. Like, if you start first set, I think it takes you... actually, no, I don't think it does. But it's just a good... Like, most star spots are good on this track, in general. I didn't get very good items here, but... I have to make do with them, because chaining triple greens there just doesn't make too much sense. And I almost get billed here. Luckily for me, 2 reds skip me, and someone gets hit on the line, so I get 7th. So extremely lucky to get 7th. I did get bad items from first set, but I had to bag at the beginning because I made a lot of mistakes. And this is Dry Desert, and if you don't know, in competitive Mario Kart, the reason why I'm speeding this up is because it's the hardest bagger in the entire game, which means you only have 1 person running right now. Usually it's 0, and that guy ends up stopping as well and going around in circles. So this part's pretty boring. You just see people like mess around and stuff usually, and someone ends up finally running, so we get to start catching up finally. But yeah, I'm gonna stop making it a normal speed here, because here's where the stuff actually matters. So there's 3 bills in play, meaning there could be a shock, but yeah, here I make a pretty big mistake and just bill instantly. I think I could have just held this for the set here and then like build afterwards, so that my build takes me basically till the first set. But here I'm vulnerable for the entire way until first set, and it got me pretty early, which means I was able to go back, but if it was like 2 seconds later, I probably just am guaranteed last. So I'm still not in a good spot, obviously, because I didn't dodge and the entire room did. So I kind of have to hope that I pull like something really good here. Like a golden would be nice. I pulled Bill Golden, which is all right, but like it's still not getting me too many spots. It's just like I have to hope that a lot of people die. And that's what I really dislike about this track. It's just, it's all reliant on whether or not you dodge, or whether or not you get a good shock in your favor, and it's just so random and stupid. It's, yeah, one of the worst tracks to play, competitively at least. So, yeah, now I'm on 80. We're doing, like, almost below average. We were 7-8 overall, but we had 156. So, the average in any given Mogi is 82 individually, So I was only 2 points off, and my teammate was only 6. But the scores are all weird right now, so we could get only top 4 at this point, but we are super close to 4th, and we're not very close to top 2. So we have to hope for a good race to keep our 3rd. And it looks kind of weird that I didn't use my star there, but the reason why, and I think this was one of the best plays I made the entire bogey, is just I don't think dodging there with Bill doesn't even help me too much, because I have to use my Bill in the extension. But if I star up here, for example, with my Bill, and then I dodge, I'm able to take cut and then save my Bill for lap 3 to take extension lap 3. And that covers the second shock a lot of the time, whereas I have to run and hope that there's not a second shock if I use my star there and dodge. So I just thought, you know, I have enough time to catch up anyways. I don't have to use it. And then look at this. The type. Oh yeah, look, there's a shock, and then yeah, there's the second shock. So I'm suddenly now in a great spot. Even if there's only one shock, I'd be in a great spot. I pull a ghost as well, which is really nice. I saw both the top 2 were pretty far gone, so I just assumed they both double dodged and used my ghost really early, just to, you know, if they had a star or something, it'd be good for me to steal, obviously. But I'm far enough away where I can chain my shrooms and pull some more. And then this guy almost backs me on the line, but I avoid it. And yeah, once again, get this to 10 likes, guys, if you want to see more of this. We got 3-5 that race, and let's see the final results. So we ended up getting 3rd, and this got me lots of MMR. Since we were bottom of the room by 1,000 or so, we got 105 for 3rd, which is a lot more than normal. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, links to my Twitch and Twitter are in the description, so if you want to check those out, those are my other socials, and I'll see you guys in the next video.